Hello and welcome to the Big Fact Podcast, the podcast all about the world's most mind-blowing facts. I say mind-blowing, what I mean is probably just pointless. I'm Tom Willits.
And I'm Susan Owens, and each week one of us will bring 3 facts to the table on a very specific topic.
But there's a catch. One of the facts is completely made up. It's up to the other host to decide which fact is fact and which fact is the big fact lie.
Yeah, and... well, last week, okay, we did level the playing field.
Yeah, I'm very happy with myself last week.
I'm very fuming about it. When I watched it back, I was even more fuming, but I did have a few people say to me that they thought the same. So,
okay,
justified. I think it just so bogged down in David playing Homer Simpson.
I think when you think about it, if you think about the 3 facts I brought last week, you can kind of be like, yeah, okay, that's really untrue, and it's pretty obvious. But I think when you're in the conversation and you're trying to deal with all the little bits of detail that are being given, I think it's more difficult to differentiate.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised where my brain went. Like, I really deeped the whole thing. I got really bogged down in it for a while. Like, I think we probably could have gone on for another half an hour of me just sitting there being like, but David. That would have been very, very bad. But I could have thought about it for a long time. And if I thought about it a little bit more, I probably would have gotten it right.
Yeah, you dug yourself into a hole, I think is the main thing.
Yeah, but I think you were very satisfied with that. You seem a little bit more competitive than I am, so...
yeah.
Although I've come back fighting this time around.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah, well, I tried our good friend ChatGPT to help me out. Mm-hmm. And I originally wanted to do like apps because I thought we could really kind of dig at, Twitter, X, whatever people are calling it these days.
Yeah.
And the facts were really boring about apps, like really boring. It was all just like numbers and all this stuff that I slagged you off for last time. So I thought, nah, just leave it. And I went for something a bit more fun.
Okay.
Sure.
So what have you gone for?
So I went for weird UK sports. So yeah,
it's so niche for episode 3. You've gone so niche. I thought we'd start with like the sort of broad ones: film, TV, sports, actors, music. You've gone straight in with weird UK sports. Why so narrow?
I don't play games like that. You know what I mean? I just thought I'll get myself a nice secured little win, put that in the bank, and then we'll keep going. Because I don't know. I just want to do something a bit different. Something a bit whatever. I know I wanted to keep it topical and in the world, but there's sports happening. Mm-hmm. This is just very niche sports. Very, very niche.
Well, you were at Wimbledon a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, I was.
So we're not going to be talking tennis, football, that sort of stuff.
No, it's like, I'll give you an example that isn't in the list, but the cheese rolling thing.
Yeah.
Roll the cheese down the hill. It's sports like that, like weird sports that are like quite niche to like an area in the UK or whatever.
Interesting.
So it's that kind of thing. But yeah, I could have picked one of the many sports on. Was the Ashes or Wimbledon or the Women's World Cup, but I just thought I'd really fuck it up. Just really ruin your life.
Okay. Do you do any sports? Have you done any sports?
No. I used to play sports. I played baseball as a kid for a few years. Yeah, we very randomly have a baseball diamond in the town that I grew up in.
You're so desperate to just like not be British, aren't you? So desperate to not be associated with the UK.
I know. I could have played an Irish sport, but I didn't. My primary school didn't really offer it, and I just didn't kind of go outside the realms to find it. But yeah.
Baseball.
I know. I should have played an Irish sport because they were way more fun than every other sport. So I could have played camogie or I could have played football, but that would have been sick. I saw your face like, what? What are those things? You don't know because your sports are so boring. You don't think your brain can handle it. But they did show the All Ireland on Sunday. They showed it on BBC Two for the first time, the Gaelic football final.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite good.
We're taking over.
Yeah.
And anyone should watch it if you can because it is so much fun. And if you look up hurling or camogie, you'll just see it's like a mixture between lacrosse, and I don't know, football, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of like lacrosse. You get like a bat thing. We call it hurl or hurley, depending on what part of Ireland you're from. And you get like the ball and you can pick it up in your hand. You can knock it about and all this kind of stuff. And it's a little bit more fun. And then Gaelic football, the rules are a bit different. You get to pick it up in your hands and chuck it about and all that kind of thing.
Rugby?
No, it's more like Aussie rules maybe than rugby.
Do you have like
you don't
stars?
Like tackle each other like
so, worldwide you'd have like massive football stars, Ronaldo, Beckham, etc., etc. Are there like Gaelic football stars?
No, because they're more localized because it's still treated as an amateur sport. So you can't like make a living from being a GAA star. Like it's not a thing. Right. But like where I would have gone to college, it would have been full. It was like very sporty college. It would have been full of like county players that play for their county and stuff that were there studying whatever, and then they play for the college team. Stuff, so it's very big in Ireland. So you'd probably know a few of the local ones, or you'd know a few of the like Dublin ones because Dublin wins a lot. But
and are they like jocks, Or are they sort of like,
they'd be
he
like
plays Gaelic? You know?
No.
Okay.
No, it's like the cool thing to do.
Right.
It's to be like a Gaelic star, I suppose. But like everyone knows one.
Right.
But like, and if you're a girl that likes getting off with lads from the Gaelic teams, you're called a jersey puller.
A jersey puller?
Yeah.
Good.
That's the phrase.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever been described as a jersey puller?
No.
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 Okay,
well, no.
Your mum's listening. So
yeah, my mum's listening, so no, never.
Hi, Janet.
No, I'm very well behaved.
Okay. Right. Do you want to hit me with it then?
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay. So the first one, this is called the Jousting Jenga Tournament. So this is played in like Bath, I think. And it combines the medieval jousting with the popular game of Jenga. So it'll be all these lads on horseback coming towards each other the way you would in jousting. But there's like a Jenga tower in the middle and you have to try to take like a Jenga block. So you do have, instead of like a swordy thing, it's like a foam sword. And you're supposed to poke out the Jenga block with that. But they do say, I looked into the rules, they do say as it gets into the middle, you can use your fingers, which is a massive cop-out, in my opinion. Because like, what's the point in the stick then if you can just poke it out with your finger in the end? So it'd be like you're racing towards each other and then right at the last minute you like slow down and then you like poke out a yoke.
On a horse?
Yeah.
What?
So it's like completely mixing the two games.
And are we talking just standard style Jenga? Or
no, they were bigger.
Outdoor Jenga?
They were bigger blocks. Yeah, from the pictures they're obviously not the standard ones, but I don't know if it's outdoor Jenga. Is that what it's called?
I guess so.
You said it with so much confidence.
Like lawn Jenga, like
yeah.
Okay. Like you have at a wedding or something.
Okay, like water polo or whatever. It's a bit different, just depending on the terrain. Is that what you mean?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. So you're on a horse. You're running at another man on a horse.
Yeah.
There's a Jenga tower in the middle of the
and you'll
field.
Use the sword, the foam sword, to like poke it out, the block. But as it gets like kind of dwindled down, they said that you can use your hands to help, which is a cop out.
So when they pass, what sort of speeds are we talking about?
I didn't look that far into it.
But in order to get a Jenga block out.
Yeah, but I think that's the whole thing. It's supposed to test your balance and your agility and stuff, that you would be able to be going at that speed and then stop and then.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
So just to confirm, I'm looking for the sport that isn't a sport, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a strong contender for a sport that isn't a sport.
You'd think that.
And where do they do that? Bath?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've never been to Bath. Don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense for Bath?
Knowing that they do it in Bath, I think it doesn't help the decision making at all.
Maybe they have like a Ren Fair situation down there.
What's it called again?
It's called the Jousting Jenga Tournament.
No, it's not.
It is.
The Jousting Jenga Tournament.
That's quite literally the most obvious name that it could possibly be.
Is it like an annual thing?
Yeah.
So every year.
In the summertime.
There's a pilgrimage to Bath.
Yeah.
For the annual JJT, shall we?
Yeah. Don't know when it's on. Didn't look that hard into it.
Okay. All right. It's an interesting one.
Okay.
Put that one away. Jousting Jenga.
Okay. So you feeling maybe? No?
It's so ludicrous.
Yeah.
That it might just be true. And what I don't want to do is what I did in week 1, where I immediately assumed that something was false.
Yeah, you want to hear them all out. Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to play my cards close to my chest.
Right, so the second sport is played in Wales.
Okay. This could be anything.
It's called the Bog Snorkeling Championships. See, you laughed at Jenga jousting. But the Bog Snorkeling Championships is this whole event, and it's like they're in the bog, basically. And it's like you know what a bog is?
Yes, I know what
Okay, I don't know.
I know what a bog
is. Are you a
is.
city slicker? I'm not sure.
Do you know what a bog is?
Yeah. Well, where I'm from, everyone knows what a bog is, but I don't know where you're from. But basically, like you swim through the bog, but you can't do like a breaststroke or a what is this? The normal
front crawl?
Yeah. You can't do that. So you're wearing like flippers. You gotta let the flippers do the work, like kind of thing. You gotta swim through the peat bog, wearing the snorkels. You got a snorkel on as well. And your flippers.
And it's what, a time trial sort of thing?
Yeah, it's like a race, I think. Yeah, so that happens in Wales.
Okay. That I could believe, because I'm sure I've seen videos of something similar where people are cycling down like a path and then they have to cycle through this pond or bog or something with a snorkel on.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a bog?
Have I ever been in a bog?
I've been in a bog.
Why? What were you doing in a bog?
We went on a school trip to this farm.
Oh, your school trips at Ireland are mental.
Yeah, we went on the school trip and like this big part of it is jumping in the bog, and like everyone's all like, oh yeah, whatever. Because where I grew up like isn't really in the countryside or anything, so we were all like, oh yeah, whatever, jump in the bog, like get dirty, all that kind of stuff. You get proper stuck in there, like you can't get out. Like they didn't let us wear wellies, they didn't let us wear socks or anything because they were like, you'll lose everything if you go in there without, like with anything on. So you have to go in barefoot because you cannot get out. So I actually really don't understand how you could swim in that situation. But
we went to the Lake District in year 7, and we had to do a low ropes course that went over a bog.
Oh yeah.
One guy called Matt was the only one who fell in, and it absolutely fucking stank.
Yeah,
it was grim. But for the rest of look, we had showers and everything in the campsite we were staying in, but for the rest of the trip, all the other kids were just awful to poor Matt. No one would go near him. He had to change tents. Oh. No one would sleep in the same tent with him.
Is Matt another name for Tom?
This guy, it happened to this guy that I knew. But how harsh is that?
Oh, that's so awful, the poor kid.
I know.
So bad. No, we all stank, so it was fine.
Right.
And we didn't even really have a shower afterwards. They just gave us like a hose around the back. It was so grim. Then we went on and did the rest of stuff on the farm. It was very grim.
Quick house down, onto the goats.
Actually, that place is... It's called Causey Farm, and you can actually go there on Halloween. They have this whole like horror night thing.
Right.
And every year my friends are like, oh yeah, we should go to that, we should go to that. I'm always plagued with the idea of like, do they close off the bog? Because like, do you run the risk of running into the bog by accident? And then that would scare the shit out of you. Like,
yeah, I was going to say that'd be the ultimate scare, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so that's the bog snorkeling championships.
What's it called? Bog snorkeling championships.
Yeah, so base that off the Jenga, how you feel?
And that's done in Wales. Yeah, it's believable, that, to be fair.
Okay.
I'd say that is more believable than the jousty, jolly jenging thing.
Interesting.
What's it called? The jolly Jenga joust battle.
I don't know where you're getting jolly is. Just Jenga jousting? Jenga jousting.
Okay.
Jousting Jenga tournament.
Jousting Jenga tournament.
Yeah.
Okay. We should put jolly into that. I like it.
Yeah.
Jolly Jenga jousting
as many
tournament.
You can, really, yeah.
Well, if you want to drum up a bit of publicity, you got to get a catchy name for it.
That's true. Or get it mentioned on a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jolly Jenga and bog snorkeling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's next?
The last one is called the wife carrying race.
What?
Yeah. So this just says the UK, so I think it's kind of around the UK, but I've never heard of it. So it's this sporting event basically where male competitors race while carrying their female partners. I guess it's woken up a little bit, so it's not wifed technically.
Okay, right.
Also, it says within the rules, it doesn't have to be your wife.
Oh.
It can be someone else's wife.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then you basically do all these obstacle courses. There's like 2 that are on land and 2 in the water. And you have to carry, like, I guess like fireman carry the woman the whole time. I wonder, could you carry them multiple ways? But I feel like carrying them all the same is whatever.
Does it have to be mixed couples as well?
Yeah, it seemed to be that it was men. Yeah, maybe not woken enough. Not woken enough. But it was like the minimum weight, I think, had to be like 108 pounds for the woman. I don't know what that is in stone. I probably should check that because I don't know what 108 pounds is.
And where are they carrying them?
To the end of the race.
And are we talking, what is it, a running track? So mountain?
It's like, I don't know. Thered be 2 on land ones. They're probably some sort of running tracks with loads of obstacles on them because it is an obstacle race, and then there's 2 water ones. So from the pictures I saw, it was like it didn't look deep. You know, it was them running through water and going over obstacles and stuff while this woman is over their shoulder, basically. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then if they win, right, this one actually has a prize. I don't know if the others have a prize. They probably do. I don't know. But this one, the prize is that you win the woman's weight in beer afterwards.
Okay.
So you'd kind of want to like hedge your best. You go like for a smaller woman, like a lighter woman.
Yeah.
In the hopes that you'll win, and then you'll get whatever 108 pounds of beer, which sounds nice.
Yeah.
Or do you go like heavier to get more beer, but then maybe risk your chances of being able to carry?
Yeah, that's true. And I guess as the woman being asked to be carried, how would you feel about that? Would you kind of be like, is he asking me because I'm a real skinny legend?
So skinny,
or is he asking me because he really loves beer and and thinks he can get more beer if he carries me?
Does he love beer more than me?
Yeah.
That's always the question that you have to ask yourself. I guess you'd feel a bit like skinny and nice. But like also, I wouldn't want to be carried, like fireman carried, like you'd be bouncing everywhere. It'd be so uncomfortable. It'd be so horrible. So like you yourself would have to be quite strong too, I think, because I would just be like, ugh.
Have you seen this reminds me, have you seen the videos? I think it's in the States. They do a husband calling championship.
No.
And so it's basically a load of women. I don't know whether they do it like locally or regionally or whatever, but they all take it in turns to go up to a microphone and shout their husband. So it just be like this woman going, Tony, your dinner's ready. Tony. And then they get judged. And the next woman comes up, John. John. So, but it's like a whole event. It's amazing.
That doesn't make any sense. So it's like pig calling.
I guess, yeah.
But where's the husband? Is it like to check if he can hear you?
No, I think it's just, I don't know if the husbands are there or not. The husbands don't really play a role. It's just you get judged on how good your husband call is, I think.
Okay.
So interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like I could be good at that.
Could you?
Yeah.
Do it.
I don't call anyone for that.
Say I'm your husband and you're entering the husband. You're entering the husband calling championships.
No, because I call you a word that I can't say in front of my mom. Not my mom listening.
Hi, Janet. Okay. Fine.
Okay. So that's the three of them.
Jolly jousting tournament.
Yeah.
Bog snorkeling.
Yeah.
In Wales and wife carrying.
Before you make a decision, which one would you want to do the most?
I'd like to do the jolly jousting Jenga.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I think my balance would be very good.
Really?
Yeah, I'd also get really frustrated.
I think what a thrill though. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be the sort of thing actually that you'd go to Bath and do on like a stag do.
Yeah, definitely.
Mental.
Yeah, I think bog snorkeling is definitely the hardest one. So like the Jenga one's probably easier than the wife carrying one, I would think.
Do you think?
Yeah, because I just feel like the obstacle course would be very long to be carrying someone for.
In terms of like danger though,
yeah,
Jolly Jenga's going to be...
carry that much weight.
No, neither would I. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Imagine you drowned the person you're carrying by accident or something like, oh, it'd be a whole drama. It's not even your wife.
Yeah.
Someone else's wife.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
This is tough. This is really tough.
Actually. I thought it would be because they're all so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like it's all very dumb. And it sounds like something that, you know, someone will go, yeah, that happens in my town. It's completely normal.
Yeah.
But like no one else in the country.
Oh yeah, they're so British. It's so British.
Yeah. There was a few really weird ones. I can't remember if these were the fake ones or not. That ChatGPT was just trying to give me, was trying to give me so many ones related around tea and like scones. That just felt too obvious. Yeah, so I skipped them. Obvious. And then there was a few ones that were actually genuinely about tea and scones as well. Okay. So
my friend lives in Wales and she, no, was this you told me about the tar burning thing?
No.
So I think it's my friend who lives in Wales and they used to do an annual event where they'd set a load of tar barrels on fire. Obviously, tar is incredibly flammable, and then would just like roll them down a hill, and everyone would have to run like in front of them and run out of. It's a bit like the bull run in Spain, but with burning barrels of tar.
That's ridiculous.
It's mental.
What happens to the grass? That's so dumb.
I think they might have stopped doing it, or at least sort of scaled it back a bit because of danger fears.
Death.
Yeah,
that's so stupid.
So weird. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't come across something like that.
No, yeah, that's
bizarre. Okay, right, time to make a decision.
Okay.
Jolly Jenga jousting.
Right.
Bog snorkeling.
Yeah.
Wife carrying.
Yeah.
God, they all sound ridiculous. So at first, my initial thought was Jolly Jenga jousting tournament.
Yeah, totally.
Is not a thing. Surely not. How would you combine those two activities?
I don't know.
How could you do that?
And yet.
In Bath. I find myself really quite hoping it's true.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, you mentioned photos. You mentioned that you saw photos of only 2 of these sporting events.
Did I? Okay, well, I've seen photos of all of them then. Ooh.
I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna discard what you've just said just now.
Okay.
Because you originally said.
So what did I say? I saw photos of
Jolly Jenga.
Yeah.
And I've forgotten already. Was it wife carrying? It was wife carrying.
What a good lead.
It was wife carrying. Yeah, because you mentioned that you saw photos of them carrying their wives through water.
Yeah.
So that leads me to believe that maybe bog snorkeling isn't true, but that goes against everything that I thought I knew because I've seen images and videos of other bog-based activities, but that may have just been Irish school trips in the early noughties. So
early noughties? No, I went in secondary school.
Did you?
I went in like 2010.
Little sixth formers trip.
Yeah, well, I don't know what a sixth former is, but sure.
Okay. It's like where your education would end, ours carries on a little bit. I'm going to say, because actually I have no idea at all, but I'm going to say that Jolly Jenga jousting is not true. That's what I'm saying.
That's your final answer?
Yeah, but I kind of hope it is. I want to say that now. I really hope it is.
Okay. So you just got against your whole picture thing there, but okay.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Because that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Okay.
In Bath as well. Why would it be in Bath?
I don't know. I've never been to Bath.
That's my final answer.
Okay. You're right.
Yes!
That's so annoying.
Oh, that's great, but really sad because Jolly Jenga jousting.
No, I thought if I said somewhere like Bath, you'd be like, oh, okay, that sounds like the countryside.
Well, it threw me. It threw me because I don't know where I would expect it to happen.
Yeah.
But if
also,
it happens in one of these sort of old, I mean, Bath is lovely, but it's very old, historic. But that's why I thought maybe it is true because it could be like a sort of old tradition.
So what spun you in the end then to go for the Jenga? You just went with your first instinct?
I just think that's just so stupid.
Yeah.
So silly.
If it helps, I've seen the picture of the bog snorkeling and it's really dumb.
Is it?
It looks really dumb. I just thought that one would be so ridiculous because like how can anyone swim through a bog, especially if you're just using your flippers? I just don't understand how that works at all.
Yeah.
Very,
you're not getting a lot of drive there, are you, really?
Also, you helped my story massively there by mentioning the giant Jenga. Because I'd never even thought about it being giant.
So when you were...
It was on a table.
You were literally describing a normal sized Jenga.
The Jenga until you said, oh, like outdoor Jenga. And I was like, yeah, like outdoor Jenga. I was picturing they like rode up to this tiny little table that had the stack on it.
They just really slowed down.
I was like, how on earth are they using the sticks for that? But I was like, we'll roll with it. We'll add in fingers. It's fine. I had no idea.
But this is what you were saying earlier, because when you're thinking about all the three facts, you can kind of get blinded and be like, but that might be true because it's so unbelievable. But actually now thinking about it, now it's over and I've won.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, obviously that is not a thing. Obviously.
No, because it's ludicrous, yeah.
Yeah.
Although, like you said, we could start that shit up because that was cool.
That's cool.
It was really fun. You got really into it for a while. I kind of thought, oh my God.
I was really excited by the idea of it. I love it.
Yeah, let's go to Bath instead of the jolly jousting Jenga competition.
Yeah. I think that's it. Let's scrap off the podcast. I can't be asked for it anymore.
No, we're done with this now.
We're doing Jolly Jenga jousting.
You'll find us live from Bath.
We'll be on like ESPN 9 or something.
They won't show us anywhere.
No, they won't.
No.
I'm very happy. Thank you.
I know I'm fuming. Well, I'm not that fuming, but like I thought it would catch you out more because they're so ridiculous. But I think maybe
So it's 2-1 now. And actually, this is great because it means that I've kind of taken the lead, and I'm now on a sort of winning foot because I'm coming back next week with my own facts.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot easier to trick someone than it is to figure out what
to guess.
wrong.
Yeah, the guessing is really hard. Very, very hard. But like, I guess it all kind of depends on what topic you do.
Yeah.
Thing.
I'll have to have a think because you've gone so niche.
I know. So do you go really niche or do you go back to something else?
Yeah. I'll have to have a think and do a bit of research.
Tough.
Yeah. Obviously, as always, though, if you do have any themes that you want us to cover, we're at Big Fat Pod on Instagram. You can also find us on TikTok. And also our email is bigfatpodcast@gmail.com. You can get in touch there.
Yeah, and you can listen to all these episodes on all of the streaming platforms and you can watch it on YouTube. It's just Big Fat Podcast. And we'll be back again with you next week where I will try and level up with Tom again, hopefully.
Should try our best. I'm Tom Williams.
And I'm Susan Owens.
And this is the Big Fat Podcast. Game of Jenga?
Yeah, let's do it.